BOCI TV. This is Sherry Henley. I'm the founder and CEO of Business Over Coffee International, and you are watching social media training on Google Plus today. This is what we call our Weave Your Own Web workshop. And for the live audience, do you like this workshop?
Yes.
All right. And we have covered with our BOCI social media certification. We have a team that will be communicating with you as well, and you will gain more tools for what, everybody? Connections, collaboration, exposure, and business. And what is our mission? Is 3 words. We are bringing everyone together. All right, one more hand clap for our virtual audience. All right, now let's get into the sponsor number 1, which is Better Life, bettercoffee.com, and that is Organo Gold is what it is, and I'm drinking it right here. And Rico Johnson in the back of the room over there, who sponsors all of our events. So everyone, thank him. Give him a big thank you. Make sure you get back there and get your coffee as well. And you can get a virtual cup of coffee as well by going to bettercoffee.com and contact Rico Johnson to make sure that you get your coffee. It's good for you. It's made with certain herbs, and that's all I know, but I know it's good. Okay, so now let's go to recommend.ly. Now, to catch the virtual audience up, we're looking at Facebook, and we're doing a quick overview of how everyone is doing with their homework assignments with Facebook. And one of the things that has come up is the postings. And what do I post? How do I post? How do I know what to post? Is it always about my business, or is it not? So we're not going to spend but just a couple minutes on this. But this is an app that I highly encourage you to use, and it's recommend.ly. You sign in through Facebook. Once you're there, I want you to look at where I am up on the screen. Those of you that are here in the building, those of you that are at home and doing this on your computer, I encourage you to just minimize me and listen. Go ahead and sign into recommend.ly and sign in through Facebook, and you can follow. Do you see here where it automatically picks up my friends from Facebook, and it gives me the option to wish them a happy birthday? And what happens is, on their birthday, this lands. Can you see it?
Yeah, my screen don't look
okay.
Like that,
Yeah,
so
I'm not getting in.
Okay, so on this, then we're moving to a couple questions on LinkedIn, then to the meat of Google+. At 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, we'll talk about Google+. It is 9:20 a.m. Central Standard Time right now. At the top, you see quotes, pages you like, all, entertainment, business, science, technology, and sports, and health. You can go to any of those tabs and click. And what it does is it has a picture and it has a blog about that topic. And then you can either add it to your queue, or you can post it to your personal page, or you can post it to your business page. If you add it to your queue, let's say you say post now, right? It's going to post now. But if you add it to your queue, it's going to post when it feels like is the best time according to the stats that it has on the back side. All right? So it's as easy as this. I'm going to go to business. All right, I just kind of look for something that it does not have to be about your business. This is one of the questions that was posed. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, everybody, welcome Deborah. Okay, I see one here that says Google Chromebooks have in just the past 8 months snagged 25% of the U.S. market for laptops that cost less than $300. Then it gives a link. There's Google Chromebooks. That's what we're using. I love those. Everything's in the cloud. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post that to my personal page. Bam, it's there, okay? that blog has posted to my page. So it's something that I want to make sure that education is out there. People know about it. Okay, now let's see if there's anything else that looks interesting that I would want to share. I don't see anything else under business. So now I'm going to go up to technology. Now I want you to time how long this takes me. And I do this about 2 or 3 times a week.
So the post I just hit post now, it posted on my Facebook personal page.
It did. Okay, here's one that says Pinterest friend. Check out these 10 innovative uses of the platform that we love.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm going to take that, and I have a drop down. If you're watching me, there's a drop down right there,
You put it on your page.
and I'm going to put it on the business page, and I'm going to post now. Okay, now do you see where it says add to queue?
Uh-huh.
So that means now that I've posted those 2 pages, I don't want to post anything else right now, but maybe I don't want to visit it tomorrow. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to find 3 or 4 different things that I want to post. So I just add them to my queue and it releases it.
Oh, I love this.
Isn't it fabulous?
Done. I'm good now.
I love it.
How do they know
I
when
have
to
a question.
release
What
it?
about if you're part of a group, you're joining groups and you want to post something to a group that you're a part of on Facebook?
Right.
Let's say if you belong to the gardening group.
Yes.
Do you want to post that? I mean, can you do that? Can you choose? Because I see it on the drop-down menu. It's only to the pages that you've created or pages that belong to
That's
you.
correct. You can only post to your personal page or to your business page. But what you can do is you can go over to your business page or your personal page where it has posted, and then you share it to your group.
Okay.
So it's a 2-step process.
Two-step, okay.
Yes. Okay, that's all the time we're going to spend on that. You had a question about how they can read it. That's in the back side of their computer. We've given them permission to be able to see who our friends are, and so now they can pretty much tell what our interests are, and they put it into our queue. Not our queue, but into our resource there.
Awesome.
Okay, so I'm going out of there. That covers the app for Facebook. I encourage you to start using that. Again, that's recommend.ly. Susan, hello.
Hi.
Everybody welcome Susan. All right, now let's go to LinkedIn I'll take about 3 questions, then we're going to get right into Google+. Deborah, have you worked any on your LinkedIn? Any questions you have? Or were you here? You weren't here, were you?
No, but I'm very impressed that one of our business members is actually a person that helps us to rise
Yes.
up a little higher in the LinkedIn level. And
Absolutely.
I'm extremely interested in that. It appears for me personally that LinkedIn is one of the places where I'm entering into groups that are really most like-minded with me. And
Yes.
so I see that benefit of joining certain groups on LinkedIn. And I guess my question would be, how do we determine which ones are appropriate? Because I got on Harvard Business Journal. I thought it was going to be a wonderful thing.
Mhm.
I got involved with a small discussion, and now my emails are flooded with a continuously running discussion at Harvard Business Review,
Right.
which overwhelms me.
Right. You're going to
That does
have
not
that
mean-
with group that I look at every one of those emails that come in. Most of the time, I'm going to archive them, right? I'm not going to mess with it. But I want to know what's going on out there, because the reason for being involved in a group, especially on LinkedIn, is that you build that relationship, that virtual relationship. And you touched on it, Deborah, where you said that you joined the conversation. So it's not just about posting, which you definitely should be posting. And I encourage, I have at least 30, maybe 40 groups that I'm a part of. But each time that I post to every one of those groups. It takes me about 3 minutes, and it's hit hundreds of thousands of people. However, joining a conversation with that many people is impossible. So I pick and choose what I'm going to do. So I may 2-3 times a week, I will go into, oh, that looks interesting, and I'll go in and I'll make a comment. Other than that, I would say you could create a folder that it goes to, because if you turn your notifications off, you're going to have trouble following what's going on with your groups. And LinkedIn is a very professional group that wants you involved in their groups. So that's just my professional opinion. What has your experience been, Lois?
Well, I was going to say is instead of turning your notifications off, there is a setting in there where you can actually go in and have it sent to your email either daily or weekly or monthly. That way all your information from LinkedIn will come to you only maybe once a week. That way you don't have every day have over 100 emails from nothing but LinkedIn.
That's great. That's great. Thank you, Lois, for sharing that. Okay. All right. So now we have 2 more questions that we're going to take on LinkedIn.
I understood that we don't want to connect with everybody or have everybody endorse us, but likewise. And since I've been working on this, I've been asked to be connected, I've been asked to endorse somebody, and they've endorsed me. I have no clue who they are. So how can we connect and how can we endorse each other if we don't know who?
Okay. First of all, that's a good question. Endorsing someone should only be somebody that you know who they are and what they do. So protect your reputation. You do not endorse anyone unless you are endorsing something that you believe in, okay? Or someone that you believe in. Now, Delmar may send me, she may have up there, Delmar, I'm going to pick on you. She may have up there that she mows, she's a great, she can come in and do my landscaping, right? And I'm not going to endorse that. I don't know what kind of landscaping Delmar does, but I know she's great at HR, so I'm definitely going to endorse that. So even if it's somebody that you know, if you are not sure that they're really good in that expertise, then you do not endorse that, okay? As far as people endorsing you, they can endorse all day long. I wouldn't complain. That's okay.
Mike said that if you don't know but you'd like to know, then you send them a message.
Yes.
And say, how do we know each other, or what's our connection? Because I did that with a lady that's a nurse for the American Cancer Society, and she endorsed me, and I wrote back to her and said, tell me what you need endorsing me. So she wrote back and said, well, on your measure, I appreciate your offer. If you want to endorse me, these are the things that I'm working on now.
Okay.
So you start a running
good
message.
Input. Yes, very good input. And remember that you want people to endorse you that don't know you. That's the whole idea of social media, is that you're building relationships with people that you don't know, and you're getting to know them. So there's hundreds of people on there that I don't know, but I'm in a different business, okay? So some people are very targeted in their business. My business is your business. So if there's a business owner or a professional, that's my business. So it looks a little different for me. But I will say that I would not be questioning any endorsement from my perspective, because endorsements are great. You want people to endorse you. Now, as far as accepting people, that depends on the person. That depends on who you are. I trust them until they give me a reason not to. If they have a good picture, they have a good reputation on their profile, I will accept them, because I'm there to build relationships, to build my business, and to see what I can do to give back to them as well. Does that make sense to anybody? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go to, we've had some people come in. It's good to see everybody.
Doris is here. I've got to run down on the phone.
Okay, good to see you, Mary. Good to see you, Doris. Everybody welcome Doris. Good to see Marcus come in the back. And Marcus just released did anybody watch The Educated Entrepreneur this morning? All right. Make sure you do, because he just released it. Rising Fire did a fabulous job with that. Landis Dobbins and Terry Murphy were on there with me and Shelley hosting our Business Over Coffee pilot. So for those of you watching virtually, go to businessovercoffee.com, and it's right there on the front page, and any of you can watch it as well, and you should have it in your inbox because you have a profile. All right, so we answered quite a few questions about LinkedIn. So now let's move into the meat of what we're doing today. I would like our tech team to make sure we get some photos on Instagram, and also check our virtual audience and see what's going on with the social media chat line as well as Twitter. Okay, now what are we talking about today? Does anybody else know what we're talking about today? Okay, I like to feel like I'm at church. All right, let me ask you again. What are we talking about today? Talk to me. Amen. Okay, I got a good amen. This is my amen corner over here. You guys are supportive. You're the supportive role. Okay, Sarah, would you like to take the Instagrams?
Oh, where's Miss Sarah?
Everybody welcome Sarah. She just came in. Oh, you can see she's had sun. We've been to Destin last week. Okay, I am now on my Gmail. So for everyone watching virtually, everyone in here, I want you to log into your Gmail account. That's the first thing we need to do. Does anyone here not have a Gmail account? Okay. All right, so that's the first note to make, is set up a Gmail account, because you will be able to go back and watch this later. It is archived, okay? So before you leave today, Doris, make sure you set up a profile over here. On our site, it's complimentary. And then you'll be able to go in this evening or whenever you would like and watch this again and be able to create what you need to create, okay? All right, once you get into your Gmail, if you follow me on the screen, and I'm just going to say this as a precursor, that some of the people have said it's easier for them in these sessions to sit back, take notes, kind of look at what we're doing, listen, and then watch it later. Some have watched it 2 to 3 times to get all the meat of what we're doing. If you try to follow me, it may be difficult. So I'm just going to warn you on that. So that you don't get frustrated, but at least you can see what I'm doing, and I am doing it up here on the screen as well. For those of you watching virtually, I will verbally be walking you through what we're doing. Okay, up on the left-hand side, if you have a Google Plus account set up, it will have your name. It will say plus Marcella, or it will say plus Delmar, or plus Deborah, okay? If you do not have a Google Plus account set up, it will say plus you. How many of you have a Google Plus account? Keep your hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 8 of you have a Google Plus account, and the rest of you need to set up a Google Plus account. So what I want you to do, whether it says your name or it doesn't say your name, click on the plus you or the plus your name. It's the far left-hand corner at the top. Okay, I am now in my Google Plus page. And you can see that it looks somewhat like an Instagram scroll or a Facebook scroll. I mean, it's very similar, and that's one thing to remember in social media, is it's so easy. Once you've learned one platform, you can pretty much walk through the same steps for each platform. The thing that I want to drive home is always make sure that your privacy settings are set correctly and all your back end is done, as well as all of your cosmetics. Remember, our face is very important because that's what people are connecting to. So the first thing I'm going to do is right here you can see my picture and you can see the plus share. So if I click on the plus share, that means that I can share a status update just like I would on Facebook. All right? I can send it to public. I can send it to my circles. Now, we'll get into circles in a minute. I can add, when I click there in that box, I have extended circles. I have 257 friends. I have family. I have acquaintances. I have 14 people I'm following, and so forth. There's also groups on here, and we'll get into that. So let's say that I want to add any of those. I can do that just simply by clicking there. Extended circles I could put there. All right. Now, if I wanted to add a photo, I click on photo. If I want to put a link on there, click on link, video, event. So that's self-explanatory. Now, let's say you see this little guy over here with a plus beside him. I'm going to click on it. Now I can search people by name. So is this plugged in, guys? I just lost my computer.
Oh,
Is it plugged in?
yeah, it should be.
Okay, we just lost power. Just a moment and we'll be back up. All right, so why don't we take a quick break, grab some coffee. We'll come right back. We're going to get set up here again. And at the same time, who is checking Twitter? Can someone check Twitter for me? Sarah's going to do that. That's okay. All right, everyone take a break, stand up, meet somebody you don't know. Delmar, you're a good cheerleader. Why don't you head this up? Go get some coffee.
Everybody get up, stretch your legs, get a cup of coffee. Good to
Thank
meet
you.
It's definitely a worthwhile venture
Yes.
to look into if you happen to have the kind of company or that could possibly provide service to the city.
Sure.
The other announcement that I'd like to make has to do with Laughter Lawyer. I just did a teaser on Facebook. I don't have a beautiful brochure or anything like we really should be doing. But Laughter Lawyer will now be, I guess I should stand up at this point. Laughter Lawyer has understood that there are an awful lot of individuals who are suffering from stress, post-traumatic stress syndrome, and other emotional problems that possibly would make them benefit having an emotional service animal. And so we have a kit that we're providing. If you look on the internet, emotional service animal kits are a big scam. There are some tags, labels, and even things that animals can wear as a service provider, and they're false, they're not real, they have absolutely no basis in the law. And so we're providing for anyone who has a pet and has an emotional issue, the possibility and assistance, in how to get that done. You have to still go through your own hurdles. There are some requirements, but you can ask for the kit through Facebook or on Color and Laughter.
Excellent. So Color and Laughter is
At yahoo.com.
at yahoo.com. That's your email. And then on Facebook, it's Laughter Lawyer, correct?
It's Laughter Lawyer USA.
USA. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Deborah. And I know, Susan, I am pronouncing your name correct. Okay, I thought so. That you just recently had a workshop on building websites, I believe, or WordPress.
WordPress.
Yes. Tell us about that, and do you have any more coming up?
We are starting a regular training group called Mansion New Heights, and we have WordPress, which is build a website in a day, and it's a Saturday class all day, and we give you the website for, it's free for 6 months through Digital Oatmeal, and we do hands-on to help you put your stuff together. We did find that not everybody brought all their pictures and stuff, so they didn't end up with
Sure.
a usable one, but if you would bring that, it would be done.
Yes.
That is our $150 course. We had a course in Adobe Lightroom by a local photographer last week, and we are going to have more classes. We're going to have shorter WordPress classes that are more informational and not the hands-on, and takes more time.
Sure.
So we're going to be having those. So the website for those courses is at imaginenewheights.com.
Okay.
Imagine New Heights.
ImagineNewHeights.com. I encourage all of you to put these, including Delmar, yours, to put these events on our site because we will help promote yours. I believe that has been sent out, though. Yes, yours has been sent out, but it was sent out as a message, not as an event. So your event is not posted.
Okay.
So
yeah, I had to set it up on
yes, and you can actually set it up. If you have a flyer as a JPEG,
Yes.
you can use that as a photo, and it will give the full flyer look, and that's how it will look. You don't have to re-enter everything, okay? So, and someone mentioned something about a flyer, and I'll give Delmar credit for this. Delmar turned me on to smore.com. That's SMORE.com. And Deborah, you're the one that mentioned about a flyer. fabulous online digital flyer at no cost.
And Delmar's flyer really is, I mean, she's just a magnificent.
Yes, she did not do that through S'more, but
Well, I'm just saying that
Had a little
she,
help with that one.
Delmar herself, the
Yes.
flyer that she did was.
it was outstanding.
Yes.
But for the beginners that are not as advanced as Delmar, S'more is a great place to start with a flyer. Okay? All right, so now, are we back online with live TV? Okay, BOCI TV, thank you for hanging on with us. We apologize that we had technical difficulties there. We are back live and we are covering Google+. So now, up here on the screen, you can see that if you compare this to Facebook, it will help you understand that anyone that's in my circles would be considered my friends or my family or my acquaintances or whatever type of circles that I have. And so I can scroll down and I see Sarah and I see Shelley Bauer and then I see some people I don't know. Richard Branson, who I follow, Patrina, who has actually another event that's coming up. Mark your calendars. This is going to be the week of next week, starting on Monday, for 1 hour from 11 a.m. Central Standard Time to 12 noon every day, right?
It's July 22nd through the 26th.
The 22nd through the 26th. She will be having an online conference, okay? And so I encourage you to look into that. Delmar and I both will be speaking at that conference. And then, so you can just see, there's Mashable, which I follow, and I'm looking for maybe someone in this room. Forbes, I love Forbes. Kim Olavito, everybody remember Kim Olavito? Okay, so I see that she has something about hustle every day. All right, this is what her husband, Mark, does anyone remember Mark coming in and speaking to us? Okay, so he put hustle here, and for the people that use this all the time, this is beginner. So I know that this is a little elementary for you, but we're going to get a little deeper here in a moment. This +1 over here is very important. So you +1, and what that does is that now adds it to the feed, like Delmar's in my circle, so she will now see that I plussed that, and it will be on her feed, and if she plusses it, now her friends will see it. So it continues to snowball, but it also brings it up in the Google search, okay, because you have the Google pluses on the SEOs, and so when you go into a Google search, you'll see a Google plus on something where it's been plussed, and that's how it ended up there. So that's important. That takes half a second to do that for someone. If it's something you believe in, go ahead and plus it for them. It's like sharing, really, is how I would describe it. And here are the photos, some of the photos that were taken with my camera for Dr. Mott. And I'm not going to plus it because I'm the one that shared it. But other people could, or they could share it. See that arrow right there? I can share the post to someone specific. I can send it to my circles. I can send it to all these people that are listed down here. I can find one person individually. That's what I was showing you when I lost computer. So let's search for Delmar. There's Delmar. So I'm going to send it to Delmar, and I'm going to say done. Okay, so now it's sending it to her. And what if this was something really important that I felt like my email circles on Gmail? That's what I love about Google+. It's all tied to your Gmail as well, okay? So if I want to send an email to my circles, then I click on that right there because it gives me that option. Now, what's important if you're sending an email is that this add a comment up here is what's going to show up in your subject line. So if you have just the way to, or something really boring, right? They're probably not going to open it. But if you say, learn how to play the board game, why? Then we have Google Plus Auto Backup. Now what that is on your phone when you take photos, you can have it fixed to where they do not automatically upload, right? But it looks like, yeah, there's photos being taken of me right now that have not uploaded. So I can view those, and they upload, but they don't go out to the public. They're private. I decide which one of these do I want to share. And so I share the ones I want, and which have to do with either my trip to Dazzle, which is one of our members and our clients. So let's just share that one right there. Okay, so I click on it and I say, I go down here. Right? There's a blog to share. So if you're looking for blogs to share that add value to your feeds on any of your social media, then this is where you should be coming. And subscribe to it, and it will end up in your inbox every morning. You will have this. And it goes from business to, there's a BOCI, see the 6-month BOCI certified social media training. But when you go to it, I do not want people to think, oh, well, it's just all about BOCI, because it's absolutely not. We have Mashable social media, Business Insider, CNN Money, New York Tech, you name it, it's on there. From education to HBR to photos to videos to stories to politics to world technology. And it's all right there. And it really makes me feel good to hear somebody like Deborah say that she just reads our newspaper. My husband has got to where he reads this before he'll read something else, and he's a newspaper guy.
Because you're really cutting in, you're picking and choosing things, and you know who we are, you know who your audience is at BOCI. So I can just visualize how you're thinking of individuals when you're posting stuff, and so it really does make sense.
Right. Okay, so I said all that because that was brought up, and these are ways that you can really optimize your social feeds, okay? So now we're continuing on. I've had another notification. My notification says that Shelly Bauer commented on our photo. Shout out to Shelly, everybody. And she says, "You are so glam." She says, "We need to talk about these tanning towels." Okay, Shelly, you are funny. All right, so now we've looked at the feed. Right here is text, photos, link, video. Okay, all of that's pretty self-explanatory, right? All right, let's go to Hangout. How many of you know how to hang out on Google+? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right, it's very easy. Let me tell you first of all the benefits of Hangout. They are absolutely phenomenal. I can be in my pajamas in Mississippi, sipping my Better Life, Better Coffee. I can be sitting in front of my computer with my dog beside me, and I can be meeting with Marisha and doing business brainstorming. I can be monetizing my business. And we do that. Deborah and I have had private sessions. Delmar and I have had private sessions. Gina and I have had private sessions. So with you, let's talk about your business. If you are in the consulting business of any kind, or you want to add that to where you're coaching people, here's how I did what I did, or let's brainstorm, let's tap into your gift. What's your gift? You can use Google Hangout to meet anybody in the world. How do you think BOCI got the I on the end? International. It got it through social media. We could not be international at this point if we didn't have social media. So if someone contacts our office and they want social media private training, they can get it from anywhere in the world, okay? Which would be really good for your business. So Google Hangout is very similar to Skype. The difference between Google Hangout and Skype is that Google Hangout is open to groups. You can make it public. I have a funny story I have to tell you about making a Google Hangout public. It was me and Patrina and Shelly Bauer, and I just got on there and thought, okay, I'm just going to do this. So I made it public, and we had 40 people in there, like bam, like that. And it was about presentation skills. And Deborah, you might have been on that. I don't remember. But it was about presentation skills, and we kept it very professional. And this is just something to give you an idea of whether you want to make it private or whether you want to make it public. And we had mostly men that joined the group, and most of them were from all over the place. We had someone from England named, he didn't call himself Jesus, he called himself Jesus. And then we had all these different nationalities, and then they started saying kind of strange things over on the chat line, and I kept, and Shelly and I are being so professional, and Katrina, and so I wrote over there and I said, please, let's keep this professional. And so it was really interesting because the guy from England, he spoke up and he said, I just wanted to let you know, he said, I can see that y'all are really doing something that's different. He said, we all got on here, I think, because it was girls. Okay? And Beverly was on there. And he said, but I really like what you're doing. He said, but it's very hard to control an audience. Once you get over a certain amount, you cannot control them. So, or he called it moderate, okay? So be careful with that. We learned that from experience, okay? And the thing that we have noted, we have a lot of team meetings with Google Hangouts, is that you can have up to 9 people live, and then after that, people can't get on, okay? Unless it's public, all right? So now
That's in a private session, right?
That's in a private session, yes. Okay, I'm going to go to Hangout. I clicked on it. And if you do not have this on your computer, it will say you need to download. So you'll click, it takes about 60 seconds, and bam, you've got it. Okay, so it says host a Hangout party invitation. Right? Oh, it actually says up to 10 people total, okay? So it says everyone you invite will see an invitation in their Google Plus stream. All right, so does everybody know what that is now? The feed we've been looking at? All right, and the first to respond will join your group video call. So that's basically what this is. And this is the meat to me of Google+. You can have up to 10 people total. If you'd rather hang out with someone specific, you can video call them directly. So I could make this a specific private hangout, which is what I do when I'm meeting and consulting, with only Claire, okay? So what's on my mind? I'm going to say BOCI social media training. All right, and I'm not going to restrict minors from joining the call because it's a private call. I'm not making it public. Now, who do I want to join this? I could send it to my circles, okay? So let's say that you wanted to send it to your circles, which are people that you have allowed to be your friends. Just remember that only 10 of those people, because I have close to 300 in my circle, only 10 of those people are going to be able to get in if it's private, okay? So it depends on how you want to do it. If you say public, then you've got a public event, all right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this to, who knows how to handle, Delmar, you know how to get on through your thing? Okay, Delmar. I'm going to send it directly to her. Okay, I'm going to share it. Okay, now what that did is you can see my photo up there. Now, it says your post has been shared. Leave this window open so people can join this Hangout party. So I'm going to click on my photo for now, and it's going to enlarge my photo. When Delmar gets on there, I can click on hers, and it will enlarge hers. So I can actually focus on whoever I want to. But see where it says name this video call? I always do that because even though it's private, on my stream, it's going to show that I'm on a Hangout. So here's a tip. If you are branding yourself as a coach or as a consultant and you're doing private sessions, then say BOCI / Delmar Johnson private social media session. Okay, save. That's just all a part of branding. Make sure that you always brand yourself in what you're doing. That way, yes, you're maybe getting paid for what you're doing, maybe not getting paid for what you're doing. But when people see that from time to time on their feed, they're automatically going to think, oh, I need to learn something about that social media or that HR. Oh, you know who does that? Delmar Johnson's always doing those private media sessions online. I need to contact her. So it's all about planting a seed. Okay? All right, so over here is group chat. Delmar, did you try to, you can't get on?
No, did you ring me?
I did.
Okay, I had to get back on the internet and I don't see it. It didn't ring.
Okay.
It didn't notify me. You want to try it again?
Up here is invite people. Okay, so I'm going to put, I don't know if it will send it to you again, but I can try. Okay, and I'm going to put Deborah.
You want me on?
No, it's okay. I'm going to submit. Okay, so now 2 people have been invited. So you see there for the invite people, that's how you can do it even once you get in.
There I am. May I ask a question again? You've got your picture, you've got yourself talking, you've announced to the world that you're doing a private coaching session.
Yes.
Are people seeing you in the public view right now? Are they seeing you speaking?
No.
Okay, so so you're just simply announcing to the virtual world that you're having a private
Yes.
meeting.
It's the script. That's
But
all they
you-
see.
But you often take photographs of yourself doing
Yes.
coaching. Are you gonna?
I'm going to show you how to do that. I love that because that's also
is a
another
very-
branding thing.
I love that about you. I mean, it's so fascinating to me how you really know how to let people know what you're doing, and yet, you know, since it is a private meeting, I've always been curious how you do it. I also understand you can have a video. going
Yes,
on.
yes, you can. It can be recorded, and that's something that we will get into in more of an advanced 6-month long. How many of you are interested in next year, maybe in February, launching an advanced 6-month long social media training where we get into more advanced stuff?
On the cruise.
You know what? It called me in, but it won't let me get on.
Okay, that's fine.
So,
All right, so but you get the idea. If Delmar was here, she would be down here, and what I would do, because I would want to see her, I would click on her photo, and it would put her right here. Okay?
and this is how it comes up on your, like on my iPad.
Yes.
It'll show. You see how you can see people in the room. So it will pop up on that, and you will see when it calls in on my iPad, it gives me a notice that Sherry's invited me to a Google Hangout. So then my face will pop up on. I'll see my own face pop up on the screen, and then it pops up on there.
And
It's
you
just
have
not
to
letting me do
accept it.
right now.
Yes. Okay. So just because you're invited doesn't mean that your face automatically shows up. So you
Exactly.
accept yes or no.
Yes, exactly.
And there is a way to schedule these, which I do want to show you before we wrap up today. Now, let's go to capture that we were talking about. So I'm in a meeting with Kay Geller, and I say, Kay, I would like to optimize what we're doing and advertise that we are having a training session, and also in conjunction that we're training on social media for your Do It Right business. So now we promoted BOCI training and we promoted Do It Right. Would you be opposed or would you mind if we take a photo? So she will say yes or she will say no. So it depends on what she says. If she says sure, then I go ahead and I say, okay, get ready. And then we capture. I push capture. Down here says take photo and I click. Okay? Now, that will go to my Google Photos that I showed you earlier. So I can take several, decide which one I want to actually share. And I can take as many as I want. Now, Google Effects is one day Virginia Rowland and I were having a session, the manager up here, and it was hilarious. Because we decided to have a little fun. We took about 5 minutes and we had fun. Do you remember those? We had goggles. We put sunshades on. We had all this stuff going on. And that's what this is. It's where you can actually take the photos that before you take a photo, you can put things on your face and you can have fun. And this would be fabulous for you, Deborah, with Laughter Lawyer, to kind of lighten the moment as people are in session with you. Right there's a drum. So if I want to do sounds,
And where you click on that to get to that?
I want to make sure my volume's on. There we go. Okay, right here on Google Effects, and it downloads the app. So if something's said, let's say we're in a group session. Woo! Do you hear the clapping? Okay, so you can do that. If you say something about money, you can do ka-ching, cha-ching. There's the bell. There's just all different kinds of things you can do there. Then that's sounds. Right here is next. So you click over to next, and I can put a hat on my head. Let's see, a cat hat. All right, why isn't it working? Well, anyway, there's headwear. Looks like the computer's slowing down because of the app, and I may have frozen up.
I think she's gone to check on that.
Oh, I've got a hat on my head, y'all. Okay. So anyway, you can just get on here and play and have a good time just to kind of lighten up, especially in the profession that Deborah is in. All right, so I'm going to get out of that if I can. It looks like we're having a little difficulty. Okay. So let me go back into see if it'll let me back into the Hangout. Any questions while I'm pulling this back up on what we've covered so far? Has anybody learned it? What have you learned? Somebody tell me something you've learned.
Everything.
Lots of people hanging out, having fun with photos and stuff.
How to brand yourself on there.
Yes. Okay.
Question.
Yes.
I had a
Oh, I didn't see you come in. Hey,
I
Carolyn.
had somebody who wanted me to join Google Plus so that they could share documents that they
Yes.
were doing. And I went in to do it, and they wanted my credit card number. And I went
No.
right out of it.
No. Then something happened and it took you, somebody had the wrong link there for you, which, that happens on the internet. So where you do share documents is right here. I'm in my Google now, and right here it says Drive. So you go to your Drive, and you'll see that I have several documents right here that have been shared with me. I can also share a document.
Oh, yeah, you do it too.
Pardon me?
Yeah, you do it too. I just remembered. I get it
Yes.
from you.
Yeah, so like for instance, let's see, this was a document that was shared to me. And I can either share that with someone or I can't. It depends on what the setting is of the person that sent it to me. So since they made it public, it says it's public. If I wanted to share it, I could. Okay? But it says that I have to ask the owner for sharing settings. So it looks like they didn't want me to share it. So it was private. So does that answer your question about the Google Drive?
I just wondered if it really does ask you for your credit card or if that was
No.
kind of a fluke.
That's a fluke.
Okay.
Okay, so your drive is very important because it's in the cloud. So if your hard drive on your computer goes down, if you've saved things to your Google, then you've got them on the internet. You can go to the library, you can go anywhere, and you can get into your Google account and you've got all your stuff there. You don't have to be uploading it from your computer. It's saved. You've got your calendar, and I'm quickly going to go through this elementary piece. Up at the top is where you see all of this. You can set up your calendar. You have your Gmail, which obviously would be your email account. You can also direct all of your business emails to your Gmail account. So everything comes to one account. Do that through the backside. All my stuff comes to Gmail. Okay, you've got news. So if you click on news, you've got a Google feed here where they actually give you news as well. Something about the Zimmerman trial, then something about the Boston Strangler. So you've got all kinds of things there that really don't sound too interesting. And then you've got YouTube, which is Google, YouTube. No, they're interchangeable. And so your YouTube channel, you need to make sure that that is set up correctly too, because you automatically have a YouTube channel. You need to set that up. You need to go through all the prompts, and those are your in-depth advanced trainings. So I would say focus on your Google Plus first, but when you get to that up at the top of your Google and it says YouTube, you go in and you start setting that up. All right, now let's go back over here to Gmail. You have Play. I'm going to push Play. That's my Google Play. And what that means is I can go in and I can get music, I can get books, I can get magazines, I can get apps. And with that, some of those you pay for, some of those you don't. Some are free, some aren't. I don't use that, but a lot of people do. I think Sarah may use it. You've got Google Maps. Pretty much anything you need is right here through your Gmail account. So you can get directions for wherever it is that you're wanting to go. The images. Okay, so let's say that you are looking for images for, okay, let me see, who can I put in there? And this is where tags are super, super important. Because if you have tagged your photos, they should show up in Google Images. So I'm searching for Rising Fire. Look, they've tagged it. Okay, so all I did was I put in Rising Fire Productions. So there you go. I've got all kinds of things. In fact, I've got Deborah Norwood. Where is she? She showed up because we have the video that they did for us tagged with Rising Fire Productions. So lots of things are here. Look at that. Look at that. There's Shelley Bauer. There's Delmar. Because those photos have that type of tag on them from BOCI. Then you've got Lazarus, who tagged his Rising Fire Productions. That tells you the importance of tags. Now, let's stop there. What questions do you have about that? What are tags? Does anybody know what tags are? I mean, I know there's a lot that do, but I'm trying to determine who doesn't.
They help you search for categories. They optimize search.
Okay, so when you put a photo online, do you tag it? Okay? You should. Make sure you tag it. All right, so now let's go to search. I know, I'm going to say who is not familiar with the Google search. Okay, good. Everybody is. All right, so what happened is what I put in was Rising Fire. So now everything that I go for, it brings up Rising Fire. All right, so it's searching it, but I could search other things. Now over here where it says plus Sherry, it's going to take me back to my Google Plus. If it says plus you, that means you have not set up your Google Plus. You need to set up your Google Plus. It will give you the prompts. It will ask you, what's your name? What's your, da 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 da. It takes you through all the prompts. Make sure you go into your privacy settings. Set your privacies. Set up all of how you would like your circle set up. Invite people to join your circle. Those are things that it will automatically ask you to do. Now, there is a banner place at the top where it automatically puts a banner in if you do not have a Google Plus. Make sure you put a high resolution picture there. Make sure you put your photo there, because if you don't have one, it's going to just show a silhouette. You do not want that. You want to make sure that you have a professional image. If you do not have a professional image, then you've got the girl right here with CN Photography, Caroline, who's fabulous, that will make that happen for you. Okay, let's go over to more. I'm going to open for questions in just a moment. Where I'm on more, it says translate. So we could actually translate to a different language. Mobile, if you want it to show as it would on a mobile site on your phone. If you want to search books, you want to search offers. Wallet, I have no clue. Can anybody tell me what wallet is?
Something about spending money.
Probably a shopping cart. Let's click on it and see. It's asking me for my password. Ah, it is buying online. Yes. You have to agree to terms and all that. So, but that is something that is available. and there's shopping. Then there's Blogger. Let's click there. It also asks for a password. We are in the More section, Deborah. Okay, so this is where you could actually sign up for the Google Blogger, and I'm sure most of you recognize that right there, the B. You see that on the left-hand side? So you could blog from here. Okay, so we're not going to get into that. I just want you to see what the options are. A lot of these are applications, Google applications, all in the cloud. Okay, I'm still on More. I can change my layout. I can have this layout. I'm in Google Plus, which is a 2-page layout, which I actually like better because it shows me my community invitations, the photos I've recently taken, people I may know that are not in my circles. Obviously, my brother I would want to add to family, and so forth. And so you can add people to your circles that way. There's Y, and she says that she's so joyful, so I will +1 that, and so forth. So I'm going down through there. I'm going to go back to my More up here. Okay, are you following me? See all those tabs at the top? The Google Plus is your name, the plus your name, but all the other things are tied to your Gmail, Google. Now, on More, we're looking at finance. I am not sure what that is either. The only way to find out is to click on it. This is how I've learned everything I know. And what it does is it's telling you the market, top stories, all different types of things that you can see there. Okay, then you go to photos. Now, what's the difference between that? Okay, these are your photos, so that's a different way to get to your photos. Okay, and then videos. So you can actually search out videos. So I'm going to search. Let's search, what would you have tagged your video as, Marisha?
Which one?
Just any one of yours. Her motivation?
Fear or fierce? I didn't tag it, but I probably should have. Why I'm here.
I'm going to search under your name. Ah, you popped up on ours. I see a, there you are, Her Groove Power Lunch, YouTube. So I searched it under videos and it popped right up. Okay? So basically, what you see here, or at least what I've been seeing, and I've had conversations with people about this, is that Facebook and Google are in a major power struggle right now. And Google has so many things tied to their Gmail that they're just constantly adding. They're not growing up, they're growing out. And that's what I suggest to you as a business owner as well, is that you not grow up, that you grow out. And how do you do that? You do that through collaboration. You see that Google has done that with YouTube. And so there's just lots of collaboration that's going on that's making this happen. And then it says even more. So if I click on even more, I see that I can get Google Chrome, which I live and die by. I love Google Chrome for my search engine. Bookmarks is very important for those of you that are on radio. Bookmark your radio shows. Every time you have one, bookmark your radio shows. I can't say it enough because it puts it into that Google SEO. So you can just go down through here and see all types of apps that you can get, and it puts it all in one place. And there's just more than we could even think of going over right now. There's Google groups that you can set up. That would be in our more advanced class. So now we're going back to Google Plus, which is where I am now, and we've covered a whole lot in just a little amount of time. We have 15 minutes, and I see that Patrina has shared a photo with me. Shout out to Patrina. And any questions? I need to know anything going on out in the virtual world, if I could get some feedback from the tech team. And then we have some more photos that are ready to share from today. So that's awesome. Okay. All right. So we're going to open up now. One thing on Hangouts that I did not get to that I want, on the left-hand side, you know, on Hangouts where I was going over the capture and I was going over where you invite people. On the chat line on the side, you can, on the right-hand side, you can chat with the people that are in the Google Hangout. If you just go through each of those prompts on the side, you will figure out everything that happens with that Hangout. One thing that's very important, extremely important, is your screen share, okay? And I will see if I can get back into a Hangout. Let's see if it will let me go there so I can show that to you quickly, then we'll have 10 minutes of open discussion. Okay, we're there. So you can see we went through the effects. The Google Drive is very important there on the left-hand side. That is exactly what Carolyn Bindle brought up. I can go to my Google Drive and I can actually look at, it's opening my Google Drive now, and we can look, the people that are in the Hangout with me can look at those drives together. Okay, we can share notes. So right here it says create shared notes. So you can click on that and it will create an app for shared notes.
Could you run a PowerPoint application there?
If you have it in your Google Drive. Okay, so you can do shared notes where you're sharing things together there. Remember, name the video call always. Okay, so there's various things you can do through that Google Drive app. Google Effects, we went over. YouTube, I can do a YouTube app where if I click on that, we can watch a YouTube video together. View more apps. There's a toolbox, a Hangout toolbox right here. And I'm going to add apps. And it tells you all the different things you can do. Remote desktop, you can go to the toolbox. I mean, it's just relentless of what you can do. Okay? Slide share. There you go, Susan. You name it, it's there. All right, I'm going to cancel that. This right here is one of the most important things that you will use, will be your screen share. I just pressed on screen share. And this is very tricky. So I'm going to click out of that for a second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize this because I need to see what's on my screen. So what I want to share, I have to go to it and pull it up. So I'm going to share Business Over Coffee. So I click on that. All right? So now I've got the screen up that I want to share. I go down here. You see where I'm hovering over my Google Chrome at the bottom? That shows me where my Hangout is. I'm going to click back on my Hangout. I'm now going to go to screen share. Do you see where now it shows me Business Over Coffee is right here? That means I click on it and I start screen share. Now, I don't see what's going on over here on Google Hangout, but the people in there do. They see that I'm sharing my screen. They can see everything that I'm doing right here. So I can take them, now that I'm there, I can take them over here, I can show them this, I can show them this.
And as you're speaking, your voice is being heard.
Yes.
So even though you don't see what they're doing, your voice and what you're doing is being
Exactly, and you and I have done this together, the screen share, and I believe, Delmar, you and I have done it together as well, if I recall correctly. So that is the main part of training that you're going to use, will be your screen shares. So that, Carolyn, if you're doing a color analysis for someone that lives in New York City, then you can do screen shares and show them different things. If you're doing a 15-minute online review for a BOCI Pro member, then you could do it this way. And then what happens is if you get their business, now you start setting up your hour-long, monthly, weekly, bi-weekly sessions, training them on how to, do this or how to do that. Okay? So that's pretty much all we can cover today on Google+. Let me cover a couple things on your homework, then we're opening for questions. Homework is, make sure your Google+, that you have a Gmail account, number one, and that your Google+ account is totally set up by the time you come back. I want to be able to look at your Google+ with your name that has your nice photo, that has a nice banner, and that has a few circles set up. It can be circle of friends, circle of family, it can be just 5 friends if you want, that's fine. But have some circles set up, have some friends set up, and have some family if you want. That doesn't matter to me. But just make sure that you've got your at least one circle, okay? And the other homework assignment is to subscribe to the newspaper so that you can start proactively getting your streams active in more places than just your stream. And that's what we assist you with. The other homework assignment is to make sure your recommend.ly. Some of you came in late, so it is recommend.ly. That's L-Y. I would like you to go there, sign up through Facebook. It will give you the option. It will say sign up through Facebook. You'll click. It will sign up through your Facebook. And if you want to see what that's about, I want you to watch this video. And you'll see at the beginning of this video that we covered recommend.ly, which is an absolutely fabulous app for your Facebook post. Outside of that, on LinkedIn from last month, I would like for each of you to have 10 new connections by next month, quality connections. And
I have been hired as a cosmetic review specialist, as a blogger through LinkedIn.
Isn't that awesome? Let me tell you, that is a testimonial. And also, Delmar, the connections you've been getting that I've been forwarding to you from all over the place, all over the country about your conference, they're coming from LinkedIn groups.
Yeah, I know when you said, I like, see, this is counting.
Mm-hmm. And I also ended up in a book called 50 Seeds of Greatness with over 100 authors from all around the world through LinkedIn that will be released this year. And so it is definitely the place to be promoting yourself as a professional and to be connecting with other people. I have 2 clients right now that are private social media clients that I got through LinkedIn. Okay? So it's very, very important. So by next month, I want you to have 10 quality connections. I would like you to be at there was the intermediate, then there was the expert, and then there was the all-star. I would like for you to be at the expert stage of your LinkedIn profile by next month. Now, how do you get there? You get there by continuing to add portfolio, add photos. Your flyer can be added to your LinkedIn page. All of your blog sites can be added to your LinkedIn page. Your education should be updated. You should have at least 3 places, or 2 at least, 3 places that you have been employed, and recommendations. I want you to have 5 recommendations posted. on your page by next time, okay? That's your homework. That's quite a bit, but you've got 1 month to get it done because this is so, so important to your success. We have 7 minutes. What's going on in the virtual world?
We have a new follower. Her name is Angie. Say it correctly. Is Novi Agustina.
Novi Agustina. Let's welcome her as a follower on Twitter. All right, shout out to Shelly and those who are watching and participating. So now we have 6 minutes for questions. That means we have about time for about 3 questions. Susan.
In all this branding, do you brand yourself or your business? All this stuff we're doing, do you do it in your name or your business's name?
I do it in both.
Okay.
Because especially with an independent consultant, it's so important that if you were, like, let me take myself for instance. I started out with Celebrating Home, which is an independent consulting company. And I said, there's no way I'm putting all my eggs in one basket because events is what I do. I do them every day. It looks different than I thought it was going to look, but I do them all the time, whether they're online or in-house. And so I started out with Celebrating Home. I said, if Celebrating Home goes away, my business goes away. So I'm going to think proactively. So I named my business, Delmar, what did I name it?
Imagine your celebration.
Imagine Your Celebration. So I had an umbrella business. And so what I did is I planned events and I held these parties, but I also planned other events. And my events turned into business events. And I called those events Business Over Coffee. So then I ended up dropping Celebrating Home, rolling Imagine Your Celebration into BOCI, and here we are, and this is what it became. I said that to say that it's so important to have an umbrella for those of you who are independent consultants. Extremely important. Secondly, let's say that you sell your business or, and it's good. You want to sell it, right? You want to have yourself branded as an expert in whatever your field is. So it's important to brand yourself as well. What is your expertise? Mine is media expert, collaborations leader, and keynote speaker. What are your 3? Okay? I have my business, which is connections, collaboration, exposure, which leads to more business. What are your 3? Those are very important things to know about yourself and to know about your business. Okay? Next. Beverly?
I wanted to ask about Boxnet and something else. Cloud, that I don't know about.
Okay. The cloud means that everything is on the internet. It's not on your computer drive at home. It's right here on your computer, inside the internet. So you can go to anyone's internet, pull up your Gmail account, and you've got it in your drive, which is like a Boxnet. Boxnet would be the same thing as a Google Drive. It's just a different platform. It's kind of the difference between Facebook and Google+, okay? All right? Okay, next question.
Recommend Ali, can you automatically or schedule posts about anything, just kind of like, what's the name of this site? The automated poster site you were using before you went to Recommend Ali?
Hootsuite?
Yeah, Hootsuite. Is it like that as well, or is already like the happy birthday, all of that was already?
Right. You put it into the queue, and Recommend.ly decides when it's going to hit your page. But you can go in and you can delete something from a queue and so forth. So there's ways to get in there. I would say any of these platforms, you need to set aside some time to work on one at a time. Don't get overwhelmed. So work on one at a time. Say, this week I'm working on Facebook. Next week I'm working on Google+. The following week I'm working on LinkedIn. And the following week I'm working on Recommend.ly. You see what I'm saying? So Recommend.ly is a Facebook app. So you could really kind of tie that into your Facebook week.
Right. So you can just, like I said, you can customize your post that's gonna go on Facebook.
Yes.
You can't,
You choose what goes on.
okay.
I think what
I
he
mean-
may be asking if he can create his own
Right.
information like you
Yeah,
can
that's what
on
I'm
Hootsuite.
saying.
No.
Like
That's
on
what the
Hootsuite,
question
you
is.
can create your own information.
Right, no, you do not, you cannot go in there and
This is
set up
already
status
pre-determined.
updates, right. They create it for you. Now, one thing you can do is where the picture is and it already has that script at the bottom,
Right.
you can go in and edit that script and you can write in there what you want to. But if it has a link that leads to something, I would suggest leaving the link there so that, you know, you're still leading people where they say they're going. But you can work with that script a little.
Oh, you can?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
Mhm.
great.
Okay, all right, we have 1 minute. How about comments?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, this was
thank
great.
you, Thank you.
I mean, I'm
Okay.
a Google Plus, but
Excellent
there's a
training.
lot of stuff out there.
Excellent.
I learned so much today.
Excellent. Okay. Marisha, when do you have your next event coming up?
I don't have a Her Motivation event. I have an event tied to ministry. My book signing is Friday, tomorrow night.
Friday. Where's that going to be?
It's personal. It's at my home, and I've invited everybody.
Okay.
Celebration.
Oh,
But it's tomorrow
wonderful.
night at 6:30 for a book, Drop the Rock.
Okay. So are you posting it as a public event or just
have.
by invitation?
I have posted it as a public event. And
Okay.
I've also sent out invitations.
Make sure you
And
put it
I
on.
have to testify that I had a wonderful time at her presentation. I did purchase your video, and what you're doing is amazing. Congratulations.
I've heard wonderful things. Make sure you put that onto businessovercoffee.com so we can get that out there and help promote it for you, your event. Post it as an event. And then shoot me an email and let me know that you did so I can let the team know to shoot it out. Okay? Delmar.
I wanted to let everybody know that you guys know I like career transition workshop, and I actually created one that I've been trying to get out there the last couple of months, but not successfully. So, if you know anyone that's going through career transition or maybe may still be in a job right now or looking at how to position themselves to maybe show what their talent, skills, and everything are because they haven't really sat down to assess that. I've actually, again, National College of Business and Technology, Memphis campus, I love those people over there, the director and Katrina. And I actually have access to their classroom every month if I can get people to sign up. So I actually have a place for them to come, and we do the workshop in a awesome $5 million facility. 'Cause it's a
Absolutely.
really nice building.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to get the word out there because a lot of people have been affected by the teacher downsizing and all kind of stuff. But the last couple of months, I've had nobody to bite for doing that. And I've actually put it out
Do some private online.
yeah, and well, yeah, if I can get somebody to even do that and get it out there. So I'm just trying, if somebody can, have an idea of how I can really get it out there for people to take advantage of that, please shoot me an email or Facebook inbox.
Well, I'll tell you what worked for me is I did private online sessions, and some of those were not paid. Some of those were with people that I just sat down with. But the branding of that is what brought people to my door. So I made sure that I branded it. And there were a couple times when I was getting started that I'd have a private online session and nobody would show up, so I'd just get in there and play around, and it still showed I was on a private online session. I was still branding myself. So that's important to remember. Okay?
Talk to you some more about that.
Okay.
Because I've never actually conducted.
All right, so the last thing I want to talk about, and then we're wrapping up, is next Thursday, 9 to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, what is happening?
Click and connect.
Click and Connect, BOCI, Click and Connect. Here's what we're going to focus on next week. This is going to be a very, very important, I can't stress enough the importance of this event for all of our members, especially our member liaisons, our leaders, our team leaders, our advisors, our executive council, and if you're a leader at all, and if you own a business, you are, okay? It's important to be here because we are going to focus on like. Can anyone tell me what that stands for?
Yes. Leaders in keeping excellence.
Everybody say that. Leaders in keeping excellence, okay? So our topic next week, it's going to look a little different. I'm going to have some surprise guests, and I'm also going to share from the heart, as the founder of BOCI, what leadership looks like from the ground up. And then we're going to have other experts that are going to be coming in. And if you are on the advisory or you are an executive council, I would like you to have a part in speaking, probably a 5 to 10 minutes that we will have for each one, because we have quite a few people on that list. So you're going to hear from the meat, from the people that are making it happen, and what leadership looks like. Okay? So this is real important. We're in the summer. We're in the summer slump. Okay? And this is a great time for us to optimize in making sure that we are all doing the best we can for our businesses, doing the best we can to develop everything that we put our foot forth to do. And so I would like all of our team leaders to be here. It's extremely important. And one thing I wanted to mention is advisors, executive council, and team leaders. I am calling a 1 hour afterwards, 11 to 12. If you can please mark your calendars. If you're not going to be able to make it, please let me know. I'm asking you to try to come, because it will be off camera and we'll just be able to talk about whatever it is, what needs you have for the tech team, what are the needs for hospitality team, so that everything is running smoothly and everyone's doing great. Okay? All right?
Can anyone else sit in or not?
Not in that one. All right? Okay, so we are good. Thank you all.
Just want to say I brought Talk Shop flyers, and
Yes.
next week Loretta McNary is doing inspiration and empowerment through marketing and branding next Wednesday at 9 o'clock at DeVry.
Fabulous. Talk Shop. Shout out to Talk Shop.
If anybody,
I want one.
Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. 9 to 10 a.m. at DeVry in Memphis, Tennessee. Talkshop.biz. That's SHOPPE for those who are watching virtually. Everyone, welcome and say goodbye to our virtual audience. We are so glad you joined us today on BOCI TV. We will be back next month. Actually, you'll see us next week, but for the social media training on the second week of next month, we will be covering Pinterest and why it is so contagious. Visit us at businessovercoffee.com. Thank you. God bless.